All right, stage 4 of Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 2020. Now the main event, right? So, yes. So, yeah, 4 goals in this stage, and stage 5, the next one, will come up in the next video. It's going to be the 5 goal stage. So here we go, stage 4. Starting out with first challenge here, where we have to finish lap in at least 4th without damaging the car. All right, and this one, of course, is gonna be the standing start because it's the beginning of the actual Grand Prix event, and we even though we finished the fastest in the qualifying, at least in the goal, apparently we have been pushed back to P5 here, behind the Red Bull Racing guys and the Mercedes guys, the usual suspects, right? So obviously, if you picked one of those guys as your chosen driver for this event, then you would have some other team snuck into the front of your grid. So yeah, anyway. Alright, so because it's the first lap of the Grand Prix event here, we got cold tire that we gotta warm up. And I know they asked for just P4 finish, or they said really at least P4, so why not deliver P1, right? Position ourselves in advantageous strategic place, I suppose. And yeah, just a single lap, pretty quick. Once at the very beginning, tires can feel a bit slippery. You will notice it. If you're not careful, it's very easy to spin off. But speaking of spin off, that was just the poor racing. I wouldn't blame that on the some 80% tire temperature, because once you clear first couple of corners, the grip is all there. At least you won't feel as noticeable difference in your grip, so you can get back onto getting closer to the normal racing line. All right, so that adds another 10,000 to today's earning, which brings up to the 180,000 and change. So we should be able to, of course, run through the stage 4 in its entirety before we cap off today's earnings cap in motorsport dollars, the 250,000, right? All right, 1 goal down, 3 more to go for this stage. Now, goal 2, finish 3rd, right? And we have to tailgate 2nd place for 30 seconds. Right, so, and it's gonna be another quick single lapper. So, with a little bit of a rolling in. All right, and it is. Yeah, we have to tailgate behind the P2, right? Yeah, so tailgating behind P3 doesn't count, obviously. And they ask for tailgating, not necessarily drafting. So as long as you get within the range, you don't necessarily have to be right behind. But of course, if you are drafting, that'll kind of push both you and your opponents, so get a little bit closer to the leader, which seems like a Hamilton in this case. So there's 30 seconds, I think I got it. Yep. So now, thank you very much, Valtteri. You have been very useful. Now you're done. So time for me to chase down the leader do we have? Oh! A vengeful bot. Anyway, I think I have enough track left here before the end of the lap to overtake Hamilton. At least at the pace that he's traveling. I think I should be able to overtake on the inside. There we go. And the final corner. And once again, pretty easy challenge. All right. Now we're getting the full race time for in the results screen, so it's not just the best lap. And yep, yet another 10,000 motorsport dollars added to today's earnings. All right. So let's keep on going. Takes out maybe two and a half service bars, maybe. All right, so 2 goals down, on to the goal 3 for stage 4. And finally, we actually have to finish first in this one. And with a leading margin of at least 200 meters or 218.7 yards if you're using imperial units. Right, and this one we actually have 2 laps to do it, so we're starting in P3. Overtake Valtteri pretty early on, and Hamilton not far ahead of Valtteri, so now we just need to build on the lead, which isn't, once again, all that challenging. This didn't really have to be 2 laps, but it is. But having 2 laps just allows you extra time to increase your lead in this case, I think. So the longer race just makes the goal easier that much. For the most part. Whoa! And yeah, even when you make that kind of mistakes. These goals are very forgiving, let's say. So, but you know what? That's okay. We will have a special event happening later on. Probably the Flight of the Valkyrie. I'm expecting that's going to be a pretty challenging special event. So we'll see. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, I already have a leading margin way above target set, and I have yet another whole lap to go with, you know, open road ahead here. So we'll only be building on the lead. Yeah, they asked for 200, and we're quite comfortably above that and then some, so there we go. And the other long sector, the second longest sector in the circuit here. And check out some fancy yachts. Nice. Alright, so yeah, we got a bit over 200 meters in terms of leading margin, so we'll finish in reverse. I know. Am I gloating? Maybe just a little bit. Well, the race isn't over. It's just the goal is over, and that was pretty easy goal. What can I say? But the payout is pretty decent, 21,000 and change for those 2 laps, so gets me a little bit closer. All right, broken through the 200,000 motorsport dollar earnings. So soon enough, they're gonna have to increase that daily cap, I feel like. Although I'm getting pretty tired of doing daily farming, you know? So anyway, that brings us to the final goal of stage 4. And tire degradation seems to be the pretty common trend at on how we end the stage 4 in these Grand Prix events, right? As that break between stage 4 and stage 5, you know, fits in nicely as a pit stop. All right, so the degrading tires, the percentage isn't quite like when it's getting warmed up. So your grip is not quite the same. I think it's grippier at the same number when it's degrading versus when it's increasing, especially at the lower number. Like even when the tire, you know, the life of the tires here, right, is down to 0, has higher grip than when you start with the like cold tires. That's, let's say, at like 15 or 20%, I feel like. So yeah, and finish under minute 31. So that's one extra thing that you have to be cautious about. Not getting overtaken, I don't think it's going to be an issue. As you can see, pretty big lead to begin with. And once again, only way you will fail that is if you skid out of the track, you know, and they catch up to you. Because they can catch up pretty quickly if you obviously take one of those you know, corners and totally miss it and you fly off. Then it can take a while to get back on track, and of course when you do that, your grip will fade faster as well. Not to mention that you will lose more time. As you can see, still under minute 30. Minute 31 was the target, so you can be, if you feel that you need to be more conservative and cautious with your line, just because I would say more psychological effect of the degrading tire grip number that you see on the screen. I wonder if it'll be even better if you didn't have that information and you just kind of had to do what you had to do. You would ignore it maybe. I don't know. Or you might be overly cautious. Not seeing, not knowing. But anyway, that will do it for yet another stage here. Stage 4 complete. And for that, we get 60,000 motorsport dollar reward, which is the highest reward in the entire event, as stage 5 actually pays less. Anyway, another 10 gold will do it for this stage. So that leads us to the final stage, stage 5 video will be coming up soon. So stay tuned and we'll catch you guys then. Take care.